Are we saying what we really need to say? Are we speaking from the heart? Do we know when not to speak?
Adonai tzuri,
Get it? Oh yeah. Fresh out of high school, getting paid. Can't support a family on minimum wage. I have no crib, and I have no hive. Could you spare some money? How about 5?
Havdalah at the Jefferson Memorial.
How can Jewish texts help us to answer some of these very difficult questions?
That scenario allows you to access your reproductive choice, or if it does not allow you to access your reproductive choice.
I really enjoyed it because I got to meet a lot of new people and share my ideas and work as a team to gain some understanding in how to plan and take action in making a greener place to live.
And the most important thing we did is we made goals, goals that we set on how we're going to take better care of the environment and how we're, setting it up for future generations so they don't have to worry about it as
The really
much.
important thing that we did today was visit the Holocaust Museum because it's like a really moving
It was nice being with the whole group, and we were all together and praying. It was just really nice.
We learned a lot of cool stuff. I thought I knew a lot about it, and then we learned just so much more. It goes way beyond abortion. It starts at sex ed, and it's just a lot of cool stuff. And I think I took a lot out of that, and I became inspired to lobby.
When we were out in Georgetown, I took one of the lessons that we learned yesterday about homeless, and I saw a guy that was homeless on the streets, and I talked to him for a minute or two, and he really enjoyed that. I could tell he was just really happy afterwards, and it was just really cool to talk to someone.
I didn't know anything about Supreme Court, nothing about it, and kind of learned who was in it.
So you're saying we want, as it keeps moving forward, things can be added to keep making it stronger. What are those things that we've done? And that's where these 1, 2, and 3 come in.
Not making good sense. Just look at that real quick and you can double check.
Just want to mention emotional and physical
What are we here to do?
Lobby!
In the Jewish text, the Mishnah, a woman is forbidden from sacrificing her own life for that of her.
The federal government has spent over $1.5 billion in the last 13 years on teaching abstinence and nothing else. That being said, 94% of parents think that other methods for safe sex should be taught in schools, and 72% of parents believe that federal funding should be used towards more comprehensive sex education programs.
At my school, Asheville High, we have a really good comprehensive sex ed class that we are required to take freshman year. I'm one of the lucky ones. But it's difficult to get contraception such as the pill in North Carolina, especially if you're under 18, because you're required to get a parent's consent for the prescription. Because of this, many teens refrain from asking for these contraceptives, so they may end up getting pregnant.
Unemployment is high and has been for an extended period. This means that many Americans don't have access to affordable health care. Most part-time jobs don't have health benefits, and people with minimum wage jobs can barely afford basic living costs, and therefore health care. Jews with these beliefs, we cannot allow ourselves to watch as millions of fellow citizens' health needs are not met. We are obligated to use our strength to help others leap out of oppression by any means.
But how come people like this, with my father who actually has business ownership and management experience, and my mother who will pick up any bookkeeping job she can, are stuck with 5 jobs combined, and only one of them includes health insurance?
Our country has an obligation to do this because we have the ability to lead an international effort in stopping climate change and the dependence on fossil fuels. It is important for us to do this because climate change
has the potential to bring about devastating.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 15 says, "The human being was placed in the Garden of Eden to till it and to tend it." This emphasizes our responsibility as humans and as Jews to be good caretakers of the environment. We also place high importance on the idea of protecting the poor and the vulnerable. Since the poorer developing nations are more likely to experience the negative effects of climate change, it is up to the bigger countries who are most responsible for climate change to help find
I have a very inspirational and direct personal experience in my family that I would like to share with you today. My older sister, Amelia, lives in an almost completely environmentally friendly house. She and 7 other people live together communally, and it is successful because everyone in the house shares the same common goal: to do everything they possibly can to get rid of their dependence on fossil fuels.
Talked to the 2 senators, and we're about to talk to Congressman Schuler. And the first senator, Kay Hagan, her LA was really cool, and he was very interested in what we had to say, and I very much liked him.